All right, hey, y'all. Welcome to Andrea Speaks TV. I'm your host, Andrea, back to bring you news and commentary you can use. Listen, welcome. Happy, what's today, y'all? Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I hope that you're doing well and your family is doing well also. Listen, y'all, um, still out and about, but I did want to come on. I said, I want to make sure I go live. Y'all, it's so much to talk about. It's almost like, where do we even start? Okay, hello to everyone who's tuned in and watching. Thank you all so much, and please let me know in the comments, did the platform send you a notification that I was live? Okay, thank you so much for the thumbs up. Listen, I appreciate you. Okay, all right, you all let me know, did the platform notify you that I was live? I'm just trying to notify you that I was live. Okay, I'm just checking on my end. Okay, thank you all so much. Okay, hello everyone, welcome. Please say hello in the chat. Let me know that you're here. I appreciate your support. Okay, and of course I'm playing it on my second electronic device. Okay, I'm trying to share it to the channel so that others can tune in. Y'all, isn't there so much more going on? Okay, you all let me know. It's getting to the point where, like I said, it's so much going on. One thing happened today, or multiple things happened one day. Something else happened yesterday. Something else is coming tomorrow that we just don't know about. Y'all, it's getting, I don't know. All right, so let me just share that I'm live. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Welcome, Alicia B. Thank you so much for being here. Alicia B, I was just reading your comment under my latest video. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts, and it's a lot going on with that train derailment. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit tonight. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, and thank you everyone who's tuned in. Okay, all right, I'm not going to keep you long. I really want to come on and I want to come on. This is kind of going to be like this will be a two-part live. So I want to come on and talk about, let me pull it up right here on my electronic device. I want to talk about these train derailments. Right. Hello, Linda. Linda is in the house. Thank you so much for joining, Linda. It's just it's a very tragic, unfortunate. It almost seems like there's not even enough words to describe exactly my thoughts on what's happening in the community of East Palestine, Ohio. And I'm going to go a little deeper and further with what's going on. And I'm going to connect it with something from the past. It's going to blow your mind, but I'm going to save that for another video. Okay, I'm trying to make sure. Hold on just a minute, y'all. Let me make sure. Okay, I want to make sure I got enough juice in my phone, that my battery was good before I started talking. Okay, y'all. I think tonight for this particular live, I want to focus on the train derailments. Maybe you are aware. Yes, Linda, that's where I'm going with it. There's a movie called White Noise that's actually based on a book that was written in the 1980s, I believe, by that same name. Right. It's just, wow. You can't call it a conspiracy theory. It's something that actually happened, right? It's actually going on. Let me pull this up really quickly. Some of you all may be watching this now live, or you're watching the replay, and you may say, okay, Andrea, what are you talking about? Train derailment. Okay, so I titled at the time that this live is broadcast, the video is saying, we're in a, I believe I said we're in a world of trouble. I think that's what I titled it. But I want to talk about what's happening in the community of East Palestine, Ohio, and why, even if you're not in that area, those of us who are not in the area like myself, why we still need to be concerned, and what our focus, what one of our main focuses, okay, besides everything else, that we have going on, I want us to talk about why our main focuses. Okay, hey Dawn Marie, thank you so much for being here. All right, Dawn says, hey everyone, listen, I appreciate all of you all for taking time out of your Wednesday evening to tune in. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you, it's just a world of trouble ahead. Okay, we're going to talk about it. Again, I said I want to kind of start out by talking about what's happening in East Palestine, Ohio, with the train derailment. Let's see, where do we start, y'all? Let me look up. Give me just a minute, okay? All right, let me see if this is going to. All right, y'all. So here's some information from the New York Times, okay? The train, okay? The train, this is in East Palestine, Ohio, was carrying industrial materials used in plastics, paint thinners, and other products, according to information provided to the federal government. Okay, so from my understanding, based on my initial research, this unfortunate event, this disaster, happened on February 10th, and here it is. What is today, y'all? February 15th. We're starting to learn more information, get more knowledge, and many people have even asked the question, why wasn't why wasn't more information released sooner? It seems like a lot of information is coming out after the fact, and so we're going to get into that, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about what our concern should be, even if we're not in that particular area, because I don't know about you all, but I feel like what's happening in that particular community could affect all of the United States. Okay. All right, y'all, listen. Health and environmental concerns are mounting. Did y'all hear what I said? Health and environmental concerns are mounting after the train derailment and toxic chemical fire this month in eastern Ohio, okay, near, the article says, the Pennsylvania border. Okay, please share this information with people if you know anyone living in the Ohio area or in the Pennsylvania area. I feel like this is news that everybody needs to know about, y'all. According to information provided to the Environmental Protection Agency, sometimes you may hear them referred to as the EPA. According to information provided to the Environmental Protection Agency by the rail operator Norfolk Southern, okay, around 20 of the trains, roughly, are y'all listening? Around 20 of the trains, roughly 150 cars, were carrying hazardous materials. Okay, I've talked about trains here before on the channel, and I told you all a lot of times they carry chemicals. I've shared that before here on the channel, right? This is what was happening in this particular situation. Okay, the article that I'm reading says around 20 of the trains, roughly 150 cars. Okay, there's a car parked in front of me, and they just turned their lights on, so that's why it's so bright. Okay, listen. Around 20 of the trains, roughly 150 cars, were carrying hazardous materials. A meeting for residents about the chemical spill is planned for Wednesday evening. Okay, and I assume that's happening right now. Listen, y'all, here's a quick guide to the chemicals that people might have been exposed to in the disaster. Listen to the chemicals, y'all. Vinyl chloride. Okay, 5 of the cars that derailed were transporting vinyl chloride, which is a colorless gas with what toxicologists describe as, and I quote, a mild sweet odor. Okay, Dawn says there were 2 other trains that derailed. I'm wondering if it was sabotage. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Okay, a lot of people, based on my research, a lot of people have been wondering the same thing, Dawn, not only because it happened there, but because it seemed like I believe there was one in Houston yesterday. It's happening, and it's like, okay, what's really going on? Okay, vinyl chloride was on the train in one of the cars, right? It is described by toxicologists as, and I quote, a mild sweet odor. Okay, vinyl chloride, it says, is used to make polyvinyl chloride, better known as PVC. Okay, you all ever see that mentioned sometime, the letters PVC? Vinyl chloride is used to make polyvinyl chloride, better known as PVC, which goes into plastic pipes, cable coatings, and packaging materials. It has been found in the air near PVC factories and hazardous waste sites and can leach into groundwater. Okay, y'all think about how far groundwater travels. Okay, we'll talk about why you and I need to be concerned about this. Okay, inhaling it can cause dizziness and disorientation, according to the Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry, which is part of the Department of Health and Human Services. Okay, prolonged exposure has been linked to higher rates of liver angiosarcoma, a rare form of cancer. Okay, last week the authorities in Ohio decided to release and burn. Okay, these are some of the steps that they took. Last week the authorities in Ohio decided to release and burn the vinyl chloride in the derailed cars after they were warned that the cargo might explode if they didn't intervene. Okay, so basically it was a planned intervention where they went in and decided to release and burn the vinyl chloride in the derailed cars after they were warned that the cargo might explode if they didn't intervene. Okay, when burned, listen to this, y'all. When burned, vinyl chloride decomposes. Okay, for all of you who may be familiar with science and knows how these chemical reactions occur, it says when burned, vinyl chloride decomposes into gases including hydrogen chloride and phosgene. Okay, hydrogen chloride, the article says, has a strong irritating odor and is corrosive to any tissue that comes into contact with it, according to the Federal Toxic Substances Registry. Okay, phosgene smells like freshly cut hay and can cause coughing and wheezing if inhaled. Y'all, this is a lot to process, right? Y'all, please share your thoughts on this, or thoughts or insight, okay? The EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, has been screening homes. Okay, so what I'm reading hasn't said this, y'all, but when it initially happened, from my understanding, the police were actually going from door to door. Okay, did you all hear about this as well? The police were actually going door to door demanding that people leave. So it was like a mandatory evacuation, to, save lives, to, properly, I'm saying properly, I guess in their eyes, to properly handle the situation. They were giving mandatory evacuations. Okay. Dawn, I read your message, and I see, you're in New Jersey, which is pretty much, right in that area as well. And, I pray that, it doesn't come your way, doesn't come any of our ways. But, in reality, this is something that I feel like we need to be concerned about. Y'all keep listening. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, your comments. You all know this is an interactive channel. So as I share the information, please let me know your thoughts so that, we can share and have a conversation. Okay. The EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, has been screening homes in the affected area for vinyl chloride and hydrogen chloride. As of Tuesday, it had not detected either gas in any of them. Okay. Wow. Some of this, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to say it. So listen, I may have to spell it. I'll try to pronounce it the best I can. But here's something else, y'all. Now, this is like 1, 2, 3, it's like 4 words. Okay. Ethylene glycol monobutyl ether. Okay, that sounds dangerous. Okay, ethylene glycol monobutyl ether. Okay, ether, y'all. Another of the derailed cars was carrying ethylene glycol monobutyl ether. Okay, which the article says is a clear, colorless liquid involved in the manufacture of products including varnishes, paint thinners, agricultural chemicals, and industrial and household cleaners. In an experiment that exposed people to a high level of the chemical for several hours, some subjects reported irritation of the nose and eyes, headaches, and vomiting. Okay. According to a document provided by Norfolk Southern to the EPA, which the agency posted on its website on Sunday, the status of the train car carrying ethylene glycol monobutyl ether was, and I quote, unknown. Okay. A Norfolk Southern spokesman didn't immediately respond to an email on Wednesday asking whether this was still the case. Okay. Alicia says, hold on, y'all. Sometimes the comments disappear. Okay. They're going to do all they can to hide it down, to watch and listen for distractions. Alicia, a lot of people would agree with you, and some people have already said, hey, they're not really telling the truth about what happened. They're reacting too slowly. It's just a terrible situation. Okay. Butyl acrylate. Okay. The derailment caused one car's entire load of butyl acrylate to be, and I quote, lost, according to the document from Norfolk Southern. Butyl acrylate, okay, it says, is a clear, colorless liquid with a strong odor that is used for making paints, caulks, and adhesives. It can cause breathing difficulties and irritation of the eyes and skin, according to the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. Y'all, it's all kind of chemicals. Okay, here's something else, y'all. Ethyl hexyl acrylate. Okay, a car carrying ethyl hexyl acrylate was breached in the derailment, and Norfolk Southern said it was unclear how much of the product had been in the car. Now, I'm not an expert. I never worked on the railroad or in the railroad industry, but I would assume now, you mean to tell me they are saying they don't know, it's not clear how much of the product had been in the car? Do they not take inventory? They say, okay, on this car, on car number, whatever the numbers are, however it's labeled, this much of this particular product or chemical is carried. How do they not know how much is in the car? Okay, that seemed like that would just be a standard protocol, right? Ethyl hexyl acrylate, okay, is used in making paints and plastics and can irritate the skin, eyes, and respiratory tract. Okay. Isobutylene. Okay, one car carrying isobutylene, which is a flammable gas with a petroleum-like odor, did not appear to be breached in the derailment, according to Norfolk Southern. Right, Don, they must have an inventory, right? But like you said, maybe they don't want to give out their information. I don't know. Okay, that's a good point. They may just be saying that when they really know it, but they don't want to give out their information. Okay. Isobutylene. Okay. It says is used in the production of isooctane, a component of some gasolines. Breathing it can cause dizziness and drowsiness. Okay. All right. So just to kind of give you all some background, hello to everyone watching. Please, y'all, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I want as many people as possible to hear this information and know what's going on, so that, just like I said for the channel, you can make a plan to protect yourself, your family. This is a very serious situation going on, y'all. And I feel like, I pray that it does not, but it has the potential to affect, the entire country. Okay. Let me go back. So I talked about the chemicals that were contained on the train. There are some pictures. You can do your research on this, but there was a toxic plume. It almost looked like something that you would have maybe seen like back in, the World War times, where, something happened. There was some type of explosion, and you see like this dark, grayish black cloud, like a plume. It's very alarming. Let me see what this is saying. Okay. Here's some information right here. Hold on, y'all. I'm moving too quickly and I actually clicked off of it. Okay. Thank you all so much for your patience and your support. I hope that the information I'm sharing is helping you all, making you aware of what's going on. Let's see here. Hold on just a minute. Okay. Here's some an article that came out. Let's see. It was updated just 3 hours ago. Cleanup, it says, is moving quickly. This is again talking about the Ohio community. It says cleanup is moving quickly after a train carrying toxic materials derailed in Ohio 11 days ago. Ohio Was it 11 days ago? I thought this happened on February 10th. Do I have my days wrong, or did they say that wrong? Okay, this one is saying it happened on February 3rd. Well, actually, it would have been what? 12 days ago now? Okay. I may have misstated that earlier and said February 10th. This sounds like maybe something that happened on February 3rd. Okay, but I'm going to fact check that later and see if that's correct. All right, y'all. So, all right, it says cleanup is moving quickly after a train carrying toxic materials derailed in Ohio 11 days ago. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine said on Tuesday, while residents and observers question, listen, y'all, people are asking questions. Residents and observers question the health impacts of pollution that spilled into the Ohio River. Now, I want y'all to do y'all research, y'all, okay? Look and see, okay, if they're worried about, if they're concerned, which they should be, okay, all of us should be, if they're already asking questions, concerns about the health impacts of pollution that spilled into the Ohio River, I want you all to take a look at, do your research and look at how water from the Ohio River, look at where it branches out to. It may branch out to other rivers, other areas, and it could potentially flow into other parts of the country. That's where you and I should be concerned, even if we're not in this area, okay? So they're already questioning, again, the health impacts of pollution that spilled into the Ohio River. The Norfolk Southern Railroad operated train derailed on February 3rd. This is what the article is saying, causing a fire that sent a cloud of smoke over the town of East Palestine, Ohio, and forcing thousands of residents to evacuate. Okay, after railroad crews drained and burned off a toxic chemical from 5 tanker cars, it says DeWine on February 8th said that residents could return to their homes. Okay, now think about this, y'all. All right, all of this is going on now. At time, I don't know, and you all let me know your thoughts. I don't know if the people of East Palestine, Ohio, do you think they really knew the full extent of what had happened? So according to the article, right, the train derailed on February 3rd, okay, caused a fire, sent a cloud of smoke over the town. You can, just do an internet search and see the pictures. It's just a terrible scene. Forced thousands of residents to evacuate. But they're saying just a few days later on February 8th, the residents were told they could return to their homes. Do you believe at that time they were told the full extent of what happened? I don't believe so, because now that all of this information is coming out, do you think these people would have returned to their homes so quick, knowing that all of this, chemicals and chemicals and, whatever gases could still be lingering in the area? You all let me know your thoughts on that. The article says, after railroad crews drained and burned off a toxic chemical from 5 tanker cars, DeWine on February 8th, who again is the Ohio governor, said that the residents could return to their homes. Okay. Now, the article says, while DeWine said the pollution did not pose a serious threat to 5 million people, y'all, who rely on the river for drinking water. This is where you and I should be concerned, okay? While DeWine said the pollution did not pose a serious threat to 5 million people, y'all, who rely, and it's really going to be more than that, okay? 5 million people, the article says, who rely on the river for drinking water. He said, listen to this, y'all. He talking about the Ohio governor, and several Ohio health and environmental officials cautioned at an afternoon press conference that residents using private wells near the derailment should only use bottled water. Now, what have I told y'all in crisis situations that have happened, okay, when people are having to use bottled water, okay? Eventually, thinking about reality, that could create a shortage of bottled water. It could cause the price of bottled water to go up. And before you know it, they're pulling bottled water from your area, okay, wherever we live at, to help meet the needs of that area. And then in turn, that causes a shortage of water in your particular area. Okay, let me see. There was a comment in the chat. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Okay, Alicia B says I have to leave. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, yes, definitely, always. Okay, make sure you catch the replay for more. And remember, I said this is going to be a two part conversation. I have to get on the road pretty soon myself. I'm in a safe, well lit area. If I wasn't, I definitely wouldn't be on right now. But thank you so much for your support, Alicia. Okay, listen, y'all. Let me keep reading. Okay. Listen, reporters. Okay, yes, thank you. Reporters pressed DY and other officials about some residents' complaints of headaches and concern that the government or the railroad. I'm sorry, let me start over, y'all. Okay, that's what we're gonna talk about, Don. Okay, yes, we have the same thought about that. Okay, I have an Alexa Pure filter, and I'll probably I'm gonna be talking about that, and I'll show you all where you can get one as well. Okay. Our reporters pressed DeWine and other officials about some residents' complaints of headaches and concerns that the government or the railroad were not telling them the entire truth about pollution and potential harm. Okay. Again, we're asking questions. Have the people of East Palestine, Ohio, and us, okay, concerned citizens here in the United States, are we being told the full truth about what happened? Okay. You all share your thoughts in the comments. Now, we talked about what in the previous article that I read, I told you all, I shared with you all about what the trains contain, the chemicals. You okay? The chemicals that the trains carry. Let's see, vinyl chloride, which the EPA says is highly flammable and carcinogenic, especially through inhalation. So y'all listen, these chemicals, when they're burned, they're releasing other toxic compounds. Okay. Well, they're saying that the compound spill can cause headaches, eye and nose irritation, even at levels considered safe. But that, and I quote, the measured facts show air sampling is not reporting any dangers. Okay. Do y'all trust these different samples that are happening now? The plume of pollution. Listen to this, y'all. The plume of pollution in the Ohio River is moving at 1 mile per hour. Okay. The plume of pollution. Listen, y'all. The plume of pollution in the Ohio River is moving at 1 mile per hour toward the Mississippi River. Y'all, the state of Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, all these areas in the South, right? And, Mississippi River is a major river. There are other smaller rivers, streams, ponds, lakes, other bodies of water that get their water from these areas. Again, this is where you and I should be concerned, okay? Listen, y'all, the plume of pollution in the Ohio River is moving at 1 mile per hour toward the Mississippi River, nearing Huntington, West Virginia on Tuesday afternoon, okay, said the chief of Surface Water Division of the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency, okay? Cities in the plume's path can turn off their drinking water intakes as it floats by. Y'all, did y'all just hear what I said? Cities in the plume's path can turn off their drinking water intakes as it flows by. Listen, y'all, just know, okay, I'm not saying that I wish anything bad happens. I'm not even saying it's going to happen for sure. Okay, I can't predict the future. But what I hear from this comment, okay, cities in the plume's path can turn off their drinking water intakes as it flows by. What I hear is, hey, like I have always said, y'all, all it takes is one crisis situation. We didn't know this was going to happen. The people in East Palestine, they may have been eating dinner. They may have been at school, work, church, wherever, whatever, doing whatever they normally do in their daily lives, right? They have no idea that something like this was going to happen. And now, it may have just completely turned their whole world upside down. And it's completely out of their control. So when I hear cities in the plume's path can turn off their drinking water, okay, what I hear is our water may be turned off in the future as our city, our local government, our local communities are dealing with this situation. That's why I have even said, even recently in other situations, it's good to find out what's happening in your local communities. We talk a lot on the channel about national news, We even talk about, world news, global news, but do you know what's happening in your own community? Do you know, do you even know um, the status of your city water? They have different reports out there. You just have to do your research and find it. But is your current community in some type of crisis right now? If your current community is already in some type of crisis, a water crisis, boil water advisory, water pipes bursting, whatever is going on, and we already know, okay, we got, we're a community here on the channel, you got the heads up, you know that this is going on. Please be prepared, okay? If you don't already have an emergency water supply, you need to be working every single day, okay? I'm not telling you to get out now and go shopping and get this and that. I'm not even really telling you what to do. I'm just making a very strong suggestion. You need to have your emergency water, okay? Not only your emergency food supply, your survival needs, but you need to have emergency water, clean water that you can use for drinking, cooking, bathing, whatever it needs to be used for. Am I saying something that's helping y'all? Am I making sense? Do you all agree or disagree? Our focus right now, one of our main focuses should be making sure that our family, okay, the people that you live with, our families, you could tell your loved ones, your family members, friends, but one of your top priorities right now, listen to me carefully, y'all. As a matter of fact, let me come closer, okay? One of your top priorities right now should be making sure that you and your family have a good enough water supply, okay? And it may look different for different people, depending on how large your family size is. But again, y'all, okay, I'm trying to get as close to the camera, okay? I'm even knocking on the camera. Hello, can you hear me? One of your top priorities right now, all of this has happened. This is not a conspiracy theory. Oh, on this day, we think this is going to happen, la, 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 this and that. You need to make sure that you and your family have clean drinking water, bottled water, emergency water, and you also, okay, it would not be a bad idea to make sure that you have a way to filter, to purify your water. Now, there are different ways to do that. My family and I, we do have a water filter at home. I have an Alexa Pure. Once I get home and get settled, I'll go back and put a link in the description. I'll also post a picture on the community tab. So please, sometime later tonight, maybe tomorrow, check the community tab, okay? And I want you to, you all know I have my website, preparedwithandrea.com, where there are there are so many emergency supply items, survival needs. There is a water filtration system on there, okay? It's by Alexa Pure. Some of you earlier, I believe you mentioned Berkey. Those are well known as well, just like Alexa Pure, but it would not be a bad idea, okay, if you also have a water filtration system in all of this, okay? But I'm going to talk about that a little bit on my next live, and I'll even, have it where I can show you all, and you can see exactly how it works, okay? I'll probably upload a video about that so you all can see, but it would not be a bad idea. Now, I got to even do my research on that, because a lot of these chemicals now, water filters like Alexa Pure, like Berkey. I know the Alexa Pure, I don't have a Berkey, I have an Alexa Pure, but they can remove over 200 contaminants, right? I got to do my research and see if the contaminants that are in this whole train derailment and toxic chemicals situation, I got to see if those contaminants are actually some of the ones that are listed that can be removed by Alexa Pure. So please do your research. I'm just sharing resources with you all to tell you, hey, I know of one that works. I know of a water filtration system, but I need you to do your research as well, okay? But after the video, in the description, I'll post a link where you can go and check that out. And if you decide to purchase it, I may receive a monetary commission for that, okay? Listen, y'all, this is a serious thing, okay? We need water for survival, right? So we don't need to, now that we know this information, we need to take action, okay? We must take action. Okay. Dawn says, I purchased a whole house water filtration system last year. Very good. But I have a countertop filter as a backup. Okay. Dawn also says, and a bunch of life straws as another backup. There you go. I'm telling you. And who would have thought that in February 2023, we would have been thinking about, hey, I need to get this, I need to get that, all of these things, right? And these are things, we've had our water filtration system for a while. And, you hope that you would never have to use it, that you would never need it. But hey, y'all, I'm telling you, you just never know. We have these things, hoping that we don't have to use it, but it's there in case. Okay. Whew, y'all, listen. Again, cities in the plume's path can turn off their drinking water intakes as it floats by. Listen, y'all, just anticipate in the future, possibly, that your county is going to turn off the water to deal with this situation. Okay. Hey, JD Speaks, thank you so much for joining. Okay. JD says water plants in Steubenville, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Steubenville and Wheeling, West Virginia, detected chemicals at the filtration plant intake. See what I'm saying, y'all? You see how this is spreading? It's just, I pray for the people in those areas that they're able to, even with all that going on, that they're able to get what they need. I pray no hurt, harm, danger, health crisis come to them or their families. But y'all, listen, if you're not in that area, you need to be taking action now. Make sure you have water, and I'm specifically talking about water, right? Make sure you have bottled water, clean, drinkable water that you can drink, cook with, bathe with. Y'all, this is something, y'all. Drinking water, the article says, drinking water tests have not raised concerns, and normal water treatment will remove any small amounts of contaminants that may exist. Okay. This is according to Chief of Surface Water Division of the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency. Okay. Officials said the volume of the river diluted the plume, and the plume did not pose a serious threat. Now, do y'all trust that? I don't trust that, but I cannot tell you what to think. I'm just telling you, I don't trust that. Okay. Officials are saying, now they're saying the volume, there's so much water, in this river that it actually diluted the plume. And they're saying the plume did not pose a serious threat. Okay. Union warnings. Railroad union officials said they have been warning that such an accident could happen because railroad cost-cutting harmed safety measures. Okay. Listen to this, y'all. When asked about the union accusations, a spokesperson for Norfolk Southern Railroad said in an email, and I quote, that our record and that of most U.S. Class 1 railroads is trending safer. Okay. The train of 3 locomotives and 150 freight cars was headed from Illinois to Pennsylvania when it derailed. Okay. The National Transportation Safety Board, or the NTSB, said 20 of the cars were carrying hazardous materials, including 10 that derailed. Okay. The NTSB said 38 cars in total left the tracks, and that the ensuing fire damaged an additional 12. All right. The NTSB has not commented on the derailment's cause. Okay. They haven't said what caused it at the time of this particular article. Okay. Clyde Whitaker, who is the chairman and director of the Ohio State Legislative Board, said he had notified federal railroad inspectors that crews at one railroad, which he would not name, were disregarding warnings from detectors designed to prevent accidents, and was told that their use is voluntary and not subject to regulation. Okay, he was quoted as saying, no one wants to listen until we have a town blown off the face of the earth. Then people will listen. That's what he said, y'all. Okay, what are your thoughts on that? DeWine, who I said is the Ohio State governor, said that he spoke with Norfolk Southern CEO Alan Shaw on Tuesday morning. Okay, here's a quote from the governor, who said, I asked if he would personally guarantee that the railroad would stay there until absolutely everything was clean. He gave me his word and his commitment that the railroad would do that. They would not leave until that was done. Okay, now y'all listen. How much do you trust the cleanup? Okay, y'all let me know about that. How much do you actually trust their cleanup? Okay. The EPA had earlier notified the company it may be liable for cleaning up under the U.S. Superfund law. Okay, y'all listen, I got to get on the road. Remember, this is going to be a two-part discussion. Again, what I need for you to or what, let me say, what I strongly suggest you focus on is making sure, go ahead and get a head start, okay, that you have clean water. You and your family have clean drinking water, water that you can cook with, water that you can bathe with, okay. There are many different ways to purify water. Later on, when I get settled, I'll post some links on the in the description of this live, as well as I'll post links on the community tab, and I'll even show pictures of the water filtration system that I have if you would like to do some research and make a purchase. You know, that may be something, you know, very, very worthwhile. And I'll post the information on my site, okay? Listen, y'all, very concerning story, and I have more and more to share, but I'm going to save that for my next video. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing this video. Share this with someone you love, family members, friends. People need to know about this, y'all. And, you know, just think about the number of people that have no idea what's going on. Okay, JD Speak says he doesn't, he says, I'm sorry. JD Speak says, don't trust it, just like they said the dust from those towers back in 2001 wasn't harmful. That's something to think about as well, okay? All right, let's see, okay? Yes, Dawn Marie, you have a good night as well. Okay, so we're gonna continue this conversation a little bit later, y'all. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Be safe, keep prepping, do your research, please. So much is going on, y'all, and there are other topics that we need to talk about as well, but I felt it, you know, I felt very strongly that we definitely need to have a conversation about the derailment that happened in Ohio, as well as I think there was one that also happened in Houston, Texas, maybe another area as well. Yes, that's right. Always be aware of your surroundings as well, okay? All right, y'all, take care, be blessed, stay safe, keep prepping. Everything's gonna be all right, y'all. But you know, the more that we know, the more that we know, the more that we can prepare, y'all. Be safe, be blessed. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you all, and take care. And if you're watching, if you have not subscribed to the channel, I want to invite you to subscribe, join our community. This is a place where, you know, there's, like I said, there's so much going on. Sometimes, you know, like right now, there's so much going on. So much news is being thrown our way. Share with us. It's kind of like, okay, what do we really need to know? Like, what's really going on? I want to get you a tissue napkin. So much is going on. Look in your oh, I have your bag back here. I'll get you something. So much is going on. It's like, okay, what's going on? What do we really need to know? And what else is going on that they're not even telling us? Like, how is this situation being used as a distraction for other things to happen and occur? Okay, we're gonna talk about it more, y'all. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for your support. Be blessed. I'll see you again in another video.